Okay, so this is my week's developed answers. So for the essential question, which was what is worth teaching, I said that everything possible is worth teaching, but I think that obviously we would have to teach the content that's required. And then I think what else is most important is the morals that we help our students understand, not just for their schoolwork, but for everyday life. So, my further question number one was how can I allow my students to gain a sense of wide awakeness? I loved this quote, which was from Maxine Green, which was the reading that I focused on this week. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because it is kind of long, but I think that what it did mostly was help me understand that I have to let my students make their own decisions while providing them with principles that will help them through. This will tie in kind of with my third question, so I won't go too much into that. My next further question was what morals are the most important to teach my students? Um, I got a couple people that answered my question and I liked all of their answers. So Bailey, for the first one, said things are important for students to know that as they go through school is respect for others. If they don't have respect for you as the teacher, they aren't going to be very willing to work hard. So I really liked that because I do think that's a really big thing is respect, and I know that it seems like kids in schools are getting a little bit worse. They're not as respectful as I feel like they used to be. So this is something that we'd really have to instill in our students. And then two things that I personally think are very important are hard work and cooperation because um, being hard workers is what gets them far. I don't know a lot of people that aren't hard workers that get very far in life. And cooperation is another very important one because in school, you're working with other students the entire time. So it's something that they definitely need to be able to do well. And then Subin Lee also shared this quote also from Maxine Green. And it says students should be taught to emphasize that they can think for themselves, act accordingly to their ideas, and take responsibility for their own choices in order to gain autonomy. So I really like that too. And my last further question was what are the benefits to sitting back and allowing my students to work through their mistakes? And this was my favorite one because I've been really noticing throughout my classes as we're looking at different videos and things like that of different methods of teaching students. And it seems like a really big thing right now is teachers just letting students figure out how to do things themselves before actually correcting them. And most of the time, the student will correct themselves and figure it out before the teacher even has to step in. So I think that this is something that's helping a great deal more than I guess correcting the student every step that they're messing up. We just have to sit back and let them figure it out themselves. I really liked this quote also from Maxine Green though. Um, and then Lisa Davis also commented and she said a part of her quote said leading through example is very beneficial. So I definitely know that I would have to lead by example and show all of the qualities of a hard worker, being cooperative, and all of those things so that my students can learn that through me. And that was it.